Reaching a specific income, landing a promotion, or building a healthy relationship often feels like pushing a boulder up a steep, muddy incline. We tend to accept this friction as a baseline. We assume that high-level success requires intense, exhausting hardship to be valid. But that continuous friction is actually an unconscious psychological addiction to difficulty. The exhausting battles you face daily are largely self-inflicted. There is a hidden aspect of your own psychology that actively desires complexity. A struggle complex functions as an external force that has taken possession of your perspective. In this context, a belief is an active conceptual organism. It is a living entity that exists on the mental plane. Because this organism lacks a physical form, it needs a way to experience physical reality. It requires a host. Pervasive frustration serves as the primary indicator that a parasitic belief system has successfully seized control of your mental real estate. Once a belief takes up residence in your mind, its only goal is to force you to manufacture its physical existence. This mechanism hijacks concentration, aggressively pulling mental energy into a centralized focal point. As focus narrows, this intense centralization sets a vibration into motion, stabilizing into a frequency. This continuous wave becomes a blueprint, forcing the physical world into a rigid structure. The physical hardships you bump into every day are the end products rolling off a mental assembly line that we've left entirely on autopilot. In the Hermetic tradition, the law of polarity states that every concept in reality comes as a complementary pair, hot and cold, dark and light. This diagram shows the energetic opposite of the struggle complex, an ease complex. But to guarantee you keep feeding it, the parasite deploys a survival mechanism. It hides the opposite polarity, aggressively swallowing the alternative until you can't perceive it. This creates a strict boundary around your perception. By hiding the other options, the entity convinces you that your current struggle is the only possible truth. By blinding you to the option of ease, the parasite traps you in a manufactured reality where constant struggle feels like the only logical outcome. Because reality is the output of a mental assembly line, the only truths that can manifest are those currently permitted by the subconscious blueprint. The first step to evicting the parasite is isolation. You must recognize that the thoughts whispering that everything is difficult are not your authentic voice. The moment you stop taking ownership of the struggle, you instantly starve the entity of its centralized energy, causing it to detach. Mere awareness breaks the host-parasite connection, clearing out your mental real estate so you can reclaim ownership of your own mind. With that space cleared, you can make the conscious choice to swap polarities and deliberately invite the ease complex in. Adopting an ease complex provides a new template for effort, where necessary tasks take on an effortless, aligned rhythm. The process of materializing a desired reality reaches stability once the internal frequency no longer requires emotional friction to generate results. Stop feeding the addiction to complexity. Allow yourself to trust the half-truth of simplicity. The mastery of your reality begins the exact moment you evict your limiting beliefs and dare to choose the path of least resistance.